Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. The reason I decided to do this look for you all is because I've gotten tons of requests recently for a pinup look. And as you can see from the title of this video, it is called the Latin pinup look because I just felt like, you know, if you just type on Google or if you type on YouTube for pinup looks from the inspired makeup, you tend to see a lot of more fair complexioned women, you know, creating this look, or even back in the day that wore this look. So if you don't know what pinup makeup is, Google it and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But I wanted to do my take on a pinup inspired look because I think that makeup was absolutely beautiful. And so I kind of just try to channel my ancestors a little bit, you know, and just kind of play around with how I think they may have, you know, looked back in the day. You know, if you know any Latin women, you know that we happen to be a little bit spicy. So this is just my take on a Latin inspired pinup look with the bold lip, and I added some moles and stuff and whatnot. I think I only used 4 eyeshadows, but one of them doesn't really count. It's just for your inner tear duct area. So it was really easy. Now, mainly the reason I had difficulty doing this video, and I promise you it could have been done so much quicker if I could see, but as you guys know, I'm going through this issue with my eyes, so I can't obviously do a tutorial and wear glasses at the same time. I'm sitting there with a mirror and the brush, and I have to make sure you can see, and it has to be close enough for me to be able to see. So please, at the end, make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, okay? So stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching. Okay, ladies, to begin this look, all you do is start with any kind of base. Whether it's Milk from NYX or Painterly, like I used here, you're just going to use any creamy white base to shade in from your lid to your brow bone. Make sure you go underneath your lower lash line as well, because you will be putting eyeshadow there as well. Next, I used a more pigmented white base, and this is Matte's white paint stick, and I just applied this to the lid itself. I went slightly higher than my actual crease because I want the lighter color to pop, and I want it to extend a little bit higher than when my normal crease starts. I want the white portion to be larger, is basically what I'm trying to say. Next, using a 286 brush, which is the dual fiber brush that I talked about in my last video. It's an amazing brush. You go into any kind of deep dark brown color. The color I use is brun. Next, using a credit card or tape, preferably. I didn't have any tape, so unfortunately I had to use a credit card. You want to just use that to create a very sharp edge. So placing the credit card or the tape at the very outer portion of your eye at an angle, you want to just go into brun and shade in windshield wiper motions back and forth, right where the white meets your skin, so in your crease. And you want to just keep blending, going back and forth, left to right motions, and keep applying the brun until you get your desired shade of brown. You want this to be very well blended, so make sure you take your time and keep going, like I said, back and forth motions until the color fades just perfectly and is really well blended. Next, using a color called Handwritten from MAC. It's a really pretty bruwn color with gray and purple undertones. You want to work this directly below where you put the brun. So using the same brush, you want to go slightly lower in your crease and just go back and forth motions, same as you did with the other color. Now keep in mind, you want to try to stay as much out of the white as possible. You want to keep the white area as pigmented as you can so that when you apply your lighter eyeshadow, it can really pop. Now wiping your brush off on a clean towel so that you can just use it to blend the colors together. Make sure you just go in soft strokes back and forth and just lightly, lightly blend the two colors. Once your brun and handwritten are perfectly blended, go ahead and reinforce your base with some more of the white paint stick or your initial primer that you used. You just want your lid again to be as white as possible before applying your base color. Make sure you smooth that out really, really well so that there's no bumps underneath your eyeshadow. Next, using Arena, which is a really, really nice shimmery satin highlight color, you want to place this right below your brow bone. So using a 239 shader brush or any shader, flat shader brush that you have, just apply this right below your brow bone. And then use a clean blending brush. The 286 will be fine. You can wipe it off and make sure it's clean and just kind of meld those two colors together. So after you clean off your blending brush, just go in and kind of marry those colors. You don't really want to blend them necessarily, but you want to make sure that the colors flow in a gradient effect. So from the highlight brow bone color gently into the darker brun color. Remember, you should never be able to see where one color starts and the other finishes. Everything should kind of flow. Now, because I wasn't really satisfied with the sharp edge that the credit card created, only because it is very difficult to hold the credit card and a mirror at the same time, I went ahead and put some concealer on a concealer brush, and I just kind of cleaned up the edge just to create that sharp edge that tape or a credit card would normally create. Next, using another matte color called All That Glitters. It's a shimmery peach matte color, and my same 239 flat shader brush. Just gonna gently apply All That Glitters onto my lid. Keep packing it on until your base color is very bold, bright, and just distinctive. Next, apply handwritten again to your 286 brush and apply this directly above or directly into your crease where your All That Glitters meets your crease. So you just pretty much want to further define your crease area because it is a cut crease look. Now if you have any nose contour, which I definitely do in this video, and I've made it a lot more dramatic than I normally would just so that you guys can see it, make sure you use a clean blending brush to kind of blend in, where you've applied your contours into your bridge bone. Next, use feline or any other dark eye pencils to fill in your waterline. I also tightline my eyes, which just means that you're placing your eyeliner on top and on bottom. So that's what I'm doing right here. Excuse the marks that my glasses have left on my on the bridge of my nose. I'll be blending that out later. Next, I just used MAC's Black Chromaline Gel Liner. You can use any liner that you want. I love this one just because it's very, very pigmented and it goes on really smooth. So using a eyeliner brush, just dip it into your gel liner and draw on a winged liner. As you can see, this isn't the easiest to do just because I couldn't see what I was doing, so bear with me. And this is a pinup look, and all pinup looks have that real distinctive winged liner, so make sure you draw that out and make it as dramatic as you want it. Next, using another highlight color from MAC called Rice Paper, I'm using a pencil brush to just place this into my inner tear duct area. Rice Paper is a soft, warm yellow champagne-ish color with a really nice shimmer and a frost to it. Next, after you clean off that same pencil brush, use it to go into Handwritten and place this on your lower lash line. You just want to blend where your eyeliner may have touched your skin and just blend that with the Handwritten. Kind of smoke out your bottom lash line a little bit. Next, go ahead and curl your eyelashes and prep them for your falsies. Next, I'm using the mascara that I did a review on in one of my previous videos. If you want to see that, I'll make sure I put a link above so you can watch that video. But just apply this generously to your upper and lower lashes. Next, I'm just going to apply some lashes. These are just normal lashes that I got from the beauty supply store, and I actually cut them in half. And so I'm just using the outer portion of the eyelash to place on the outer portion of my eye to kind of just make your eye look a little bit more cat eye look. While my glue is drying, I just use that same eyeliner brush to go into my gel liner to enhance one of my beauty marks. Okay, ladies, so my look is basically complete. At this point, I'm just going to use some translucent blot powder on a powder brush to just dust my face off for any excess oil. I'm also going to use this heavily around my nose just to kind of blend my contour out. I don't want it to appear too drastic. I think you guys got the picture. So I'm just going to blend out, you know, the lines that my glasses left on the bridge of my nose, and also dust them over any moles that you created with the gel liner, just so that they're not so bold and obvious. They kind of matte down a little bit. And that's it, ladies. Now I can finally see. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much.